The furniture giant Ikea has found its way into the news, ladies and gentlemen, and not for their furniture sales, mind you, but for a menu with a number of particular type foods. As you know, Juneteenth was just signed into law the other day, making it a federal holiday. And one particular location down in good old Georgia decided they wanted to one-up everybody, but their good deed exploded right in their face. Coming up next, I'll tell you what type of nitroglycerin was used for this explosion and how IKEA is backtracking and backsliding and backpedaling on what they did. All of this is coming up next on the Fabulous Forum Factor. IKEA, Kia. IKEA, Kia.
Want to hear something fabulous? Broadcast in a forum and full of facts? Well, you've come to the right place. It's the Fabulous Forum Factor podcast with all its pizzazz. And now here's your host, Mr. Kenneth Moultrie.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Fabulous Forum Factor on this Friday, June 25th, 2021. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Happy Friday. I know I cannot say it enough. I am Kenneth Moultrie, your host, and I want to thank you for listening as well as all of your blessings. Because previously, I have written proof that many of you have liked, commented, subscribed, and shared many of my episodes with your social media family, and I am truly, truly thankful for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, IKEA. You've seen them. They're everywhere. They're all over the United States. They're in the UK. They're pretty much, they're a giant. They're a furniture, kitchen appliance, home accessory giant. The prices are really, really reasonable, I think, for a chain being that large. And they sell these type of items there. It's become a trendy place. And they have a lot of goodies there. Some locations even have buffet cafeterias. And that's where I'm going with this particular episode. Because down in Atlanta, Georgia, is a particular IKEA who wanted to be woke. Okay, so there's some listeners I know that I have, and they're seeing this term that has come about in the last 3 to 4 years. And this term is called wokeness. And what wokeness is, folks, is like back in the day, back in the real day, where it was hip to be hip. You know, you were on board, you wasn't square, but you were hip. I guess that's the best way to put what the term wokeness means. So just a quick little, maybe 30-second analogy on what woke means. You know, this kind of race war we've been in for the last 6 or 7 years, where there's a lot of sympathy towards the Black community for their participation in slavery. You know, a lot of people think they were enslaved, the people that are still living today, or maybe they think their parents were. So there's a lot of guilt from all races other than Black, because if you're Black, then, everybody owes you something, reparations, sympathy, because if you're Black and living in the United States of America, you were a slave. That's what a lot of people think. So wokeness means that when people who have guilt trips, and like I say, these are all individuals who are not Black Americans, and they have this aura about them to where they are, in some cases, literally bowing down to black people. Did you see last year where these congressmen and women were in a building and they were wearing the African kind of lapel on their bodies, and they bowed down to the black people that were in that particular building as if they were some type of slave masters, and they were kind of apologizing for what their ancestors or what the people who had shared the same skin color as they did to black people. So in other words, it's a sympathetic movement towards black Americans. And anything that you do to honor them, to kind of make them feel like, you're on even level with everyone else as compared to before, is called wokeness. And it can garner itself into some situations to where it's just totally unbelievable, uncalled for, and it can get a lot of people in trouble. So Ikea down in Atlanta, after President Biden signed in the bill to make Juneteenth a paid federal holiday from now on, and in most Ikeas they have buffets and other type eateries, but in some are bigger, some are smaller. Well, this particular Ikea in Atlanta decided they wanted to do something special for their employees. Okay, they wanted to one up. The holiday isn't good enough. They wanted to put their hat in the ring. They wanted to jump on the woke express. The train is coming down. The woke express is going toward every city in the United States. And white people, Hispanic people, Asian people want to jump on the woke express to appease black people, to show them that they're not racist. So they're doing these type of things. So Ikea said they sat down and they decided, the management at this one particular location, they sit down and they say, what can we do for our black Americans or our black employees? What can we do? Let's create a menu for them, a special menu on their new day, and let's see how they like it. So you know what? All the people sat down in a meeting and they said, okay, what can we do? What can we do to appease them? What can we do to start and stoke the coals on the woke train? Now, there are some employees who got mad at this, and I'll get into that in a minute, who said that there was not one black or African American, whatever you want to call them. I don't like to use that term, but some black employees said that there was not one person of color that figured into the decision of what the type foods were going to be on the menu. So I would guess there's probably everybody, according to that particular employee, right? So there was probably a bunch of other races in there, white, Asian, whatever. So they sat down. I can imagine this. They sat down and they said, okay, it might have been 10 of them, 12 of them. And they said, okay, let's find out what, just like Family Feud. And they said, we're going to cough up some things. We're going to say some things that, what do you think that black people like? And we can put this on the menu for Juneteenth. So like in a celebration. And I remember, and I can just imagine somebody said, okay, let's go. Who's the first person? Who's the first person up for bids who wants to say? And then somebody says, hello, me. They raise their hand and they go. It says, how about fried chicken? And they go, fried chicken. They say, survey says, ding, 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 36 points. That's the number one answer. We got 25 people surveyed. The top 7 answers are on the board. Who's next? How about watermelon? He says watermelon. What's the answer? Survey says, ding, 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 25 points. We're doing good. Are you going to pass or are you going to play? You decide, you look at it and you say, we're going to play. We think this is pretty easy, right? What are you going to go with, Jill? You got the first answer was fried chicken. The second answer was watermelon. What's the third answer? Let me see what black people like. Macaroni and cheese. Good one. Macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese is up there, right? You don't have any strikes. Go. Macaroni and cheese. Ding, 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 ding. Whoa. 18 points. And so on. And then there was like black eyed peas. Oh, no. Black people don't eat black eyed peas on the middle of the summer. They only eat it in New Year's Day, right? You know the old saying, right? So all these people were sitting down, coming up with these answers. And like you said, there was no person of color in there. So they put this stuff on the menu for their employees trying to be woke. Newsflash, I have a message for all you people who are not black. Okay, stop pandering to black people. They don't care about you because if you mess up and you screw up, they're going to come for your neck, even though you tried to make it a good deed. Okay, so you got all this food on there, and I'm going to tell you this. I'll tell you this right now. In my opinion, it's nothing wrong with any of them, but I know I could have been there. I wish I was a fly on the wall when they had that little Family Feud kind of like surveying in their little back office. I could have told them that watermelon wasn't going to fly. So on this particular menu, like I said, to reiterate, they had fried chicken, they had watermelon, macaroni and cheese, the good old stuff, potato salad, what else they had on there? There's a couple of other things they had on there. So they were like, this is going to make the black people happy, right? Right? We're woke, just like them. We appreciate what all you went through back in the day, right? So we're going to pander to you and make sure that we are on your side. So we don't want to seem to you that we are racist. We are on the woke train, the woke express. So what is it going to cost? Because I don't care what the price is, I'm jumping aboard. So employees got word of this menu and they were up in arms. As many as 35 employees the next day called in sick. And you know what happens to when black people get offended, right? They get offended by something somebody says, something somebody is wearing, and then they go, let's march. That's all we got to do. Let's march. So they get out there and they get their rifles and they get their boots and they start marching. And when they start marching, you got to listen because they are the mob. And when they, like I said, when they start marching and if you don't conform to what they're marching about, you are going to have some problems. You are going to be on Yelp and every little message board on social media that's going to say that you are racist. And you can walk off the job, you can boycott, you can do everything you want. You're going to get your job back because if you don't give them their job back because you offended them, ladies and gentlemen, guess what you are? Wait for it. Wait for it. You're racist. You don't want that because like I said before, you can't be a racist in the United States of America, right? You can't be because you're worse than a pedophile. You're worse than a rapist. You're worse than a murderer. That is the worst thing in earth on this country that you can be is a doggone racist, whether you are or not. So you have to comply to whatever the mob is telling you. So guess what? All that stuff came off the menu. They went back to the drawing board, to the Family Feud drawing board, and they said, well, wait a minute. We didn't think this thing through. Maybe we should have brought somebody in, or maybe we shouldn't have done this at all. And they went and they revised the menu, and the revised menu had meatloaf on it, and it had potato salad. I think they kept the potato salad and they had some green beans on there, a little bit more older, but it doesn't matter. I mean, food is food. And like I said, this is what I mean. I wish that people would stop trying to pander to black people in the United States of America. Because you're going to get it wrong. The next time that you see somebody with braids and you go, how did you get your hair to braid? They're trying to just come on board and try to wean their way into black culture, and they end up saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing, and it gets someone mad, and it gets them in trouble.